Welcome to TradeTheNBA.com. This is Joe. This report is for the 7th of October, and of course, new fund money coming in, pushing things back up towards the highs. Nothing spectacular. We didn't break out of the range or anything that had been established from the day before, so relatively modest. New buyers still willing to pay more for the same situation, and we're still riding comfortably above that yellow line here on the NBI, and potential fade in the short situation early here, that would be powerful at this particular stage because that would certainly lead to a much stronger potential for a breakout. You can see full steel reset here. I mean, that dipping all the way at this level means that any turn up is just going to be a new breakout level. So, what we have to watch though is a move towards the negative 13. That would cause a little bit more of a dip, which means that when it does turn around, then you'd still be within inside your range of the 76 to 100. So it's really a question of where that flips out. You can still see cyan is under red, so still in the always buy configuration, but you don't have an orange caught in between the cyan red, which would give you a continuation move. So I think at this particular stage, it looks like we're at a bit of a mini consolidation, if you want to call it that. It's still pushing up towards new highs, so we're still pressing the edge of it, but not as dramatic as yesterday might have indicated, because we had faded off from it and then moving back above, not really doing a whole lot of anything in that state, but almost identical move here with the NBI weight. So it's just not enough shorts to do anything about the situation. Still climbing on that shakeout and getting closer for the NASDAQ. It's got to get to the 15.3. We're at almost 12 now. So getting there. As long as that stays congruent, then things can continue. If we get a divergence, then we know that we're going to be in an upside down situation and it's going to fade back. So, matter of waiting for that one. Treasuries here still caught in between the middle of nothingness. The shutdown clearly not having, remember when that was such a huge deal that everyone would freak out, and clearly it's not really affecting a whole lot of anything, which really makes you wonder how necessary many of the government operations really are. We'll see when it comes to actual payments to things, and that'll be an interesting build. And this is what the Democrats want. They've got nothing else. I mean, they need to change the narrative from their policies. Only not working out so great when the narrative is that you're trying to fund, healthcare and services for immigrants coming into the country and not for your own citizens. So that's a tougher one to sell. From an oil standpoint, still caught in the bottom side of the range, which is healthier. It's better than the top side, but didn't break below it. So that Saudi input not having enough of an impact to drive it lower. The euro is still excessively high. France is imploding at this particular stage. Germany has already begun its cycle. It's just a refresher to take Germany off the front headlines of collapse, and now you put France with their political turmoil. And yeah, they're reaching this point where they don't have enough tricks left anymore within the EU framework to work their individual country budgets and not show them as being completely unrealistic and falling apart. That's a problem. And there's no end in sight other than, create a conflict. That's always been the answer. Then you can justify having huge debt, and that because you're in the middle of a war. Go figure how that's worked out in history. Gold continuing to push, and again, this is getting even closer. I mean, we already said we were going well over 4K. It wasn't even a question. It's just a matter of when it happens, not if. Has it been a mediocre rise? No. I mean, this is healthy relative to the debasement that we're seeing. It's late, I think, in coming. It should have happened quite a while back, but that's fine. Once they changed the capital requirements, that is what did it, because it opened up the liquidity to flow to it. And look at, if you're a bank or anyone else, wouldn't you rather have the gold, which is going to sustain its value to the debasement of the currency? I mean, holding treasuries not a great investment in a debasement period. You just losing value, even though you're getting paid interest, it's a zero win. You just don't want it. So that's why you're forced into the market. There's no other choice. It's not like there are options. It's either that or you're going to move into crypto. And you've already seen Bitcoin push towards new highs, almost 127 there, so that was a new peak, and no reason why these won't continue. I mean, its supply is limited. ETH a little bit different, trailing a little bit behind, but it had already had a broader push up. But again, how else are they going to get around this global debt situation? And it's the same thing that happened in Japan. They're all of a sudden surprised that this and that leader, who's focusing on different things, gets elected. Yeah, that's kind of the way it works when you're not paying attention and have decided that you already know how everyone should vote, and if they don't, then you're like, whoa, that's shocking. From a 50K standpoint, yeah, we had the MBI white lead that came up right at the peak of it, and magenta dipped down, caused a little brief move, but you can see it never dipped below yellow, so that was a short cover rally within that, and the shorts faded off. They tried it again a second time, a bit more successful because at that time magenta did cross below yellow. So you can see the difference between the two: magenta over the yellow, magenta under the yellow with the white spike. And we should expect that to come down to 50%. That would be typical from that move. We should zoom this chart in a little bit. That way we can get a closer look. There you go. Isn't that nice? And intraday, this is the European session at just beginning here, and Asia was pretty weak overall, so nothing special. In intraday, and that was the rise. As always, anything relevant, I put it on the team chat. Have a good one. Trade well.